Okay, here we go. Emily Keller, my dear. What was the first thing police officers asked Lee Harvey Oswald after he was placed in the police car following his arrest at the Texas Theater? Ask him his name. Okay, very good. Shh. Yes, I call on you. Mary, what two things did police officers find after checking Oswald's wallet in the police car on the way to the Dallas police headquarters?
They found an ID for him,
ID of Lee Harvey Oswald and
an ID
A.J. Heidel. Okay? They found an ID that stated Lee Harvey Oswald, and they found an ID that stated A.J. Heidel. Aubrey, give me one piece of evidence that police had when Oswald was taken to the 3rd floor of the Dallas police headquarters on the killing of police officer J.D. Tippit. One piece of evidence.
They had Helen Markham as a witness,
Okay.
and she identified them.
Very good. Here's how I'd like you to put this so we get them right. Eyewitnesses, Helen Markham and Ted Calloway. That's one. Eyewitnesses, Helen Markham. What?
Markham with the Sierra.
Okay. Helen Markham and Ted Calloway, eyewitnesses. Okay, what's another piece of evidence they had, Levi?
And the shell casings
That,
were dropped on the sidewalk.
that,
And walked away.
that. You could find all kinds of shell casings. They would have to do what? Yeah, they found 4 shell casings that matched the .38 caliber revolver that he had on his person. Okay? They found 4 shell casings that matched the gun he used in the killing of Tippit. And what's the last piece of evidence he had that happened in the theater, Hoyt?
He tried to kill McDonald.
He tried to kill a police officer. Who knows which one, but McDonald would have been the one. But he actually tried to shoot a police officer. So those are the 3 pieces of evidence they had on the killing of Tippit when he got to police headquarters. 1, eyewitnesses Helen Markham and Ted Calloway. 2, 4 spent shell casings that matched the gun that he had on his person that was used to kill Tippit. And 3, evidence that he had tried to kill police officers in the Texas Theater.
What about the eyewitnesses who saw him into the
We
shell casing?
won't worry about those. Just those 3 is what I want. Okay? All right. Hannah, Vigil. Once the Dallas police discovered that the man who shot and killed Officer J.D. Tippit fit the description of the man missing from the school book depository, what key bit of evidence was missing to tie Oswald to the president's assassination? The gun was not the gun, but you got to be more specific. The piece of evidence, the gun tying, evidence tying the gun to Oswald. Okay, evidence tying the gun to
So is that
Oswald.
like the forensic evidence?
Well, but I'm just making it simpler, yeah. So the gun tying, that was tied to Oswald. The gun tying it to Oswald. Okay, Brianna. What did Captain Will Fritz do prior to beginning his interrogation of Oswald? What did he do prior to starting any interrogation? What did he do? Shh. What did he do?
He gave orders
Yes.
to go get a search warrant for Irene, Texas.
Okay, but the best answer, he ordered a search warrant for Ruth Payne's home in Irving. Okay, ordered a search warrant for Ruth Payne's home in Irving. Remember? And then when the officers secured the search warrant, they said, well, you don't have to go all the way to Irving. The guy you're wanting is sitting right there. But he ordered a search warrant for Ruth Payne's house in Irving. Okay, Jewel, what concession did Captain Will Fritz give Oswald during his initial interrogation? A concession would be a favor or a...
He unhandcuffed him from the back.
Very good. He unhandcuffed him from the back and handcuffed him in the front for comfort. Okay? Thinking that, he could start a good relationship, maybe get some out of him. So the concession was he unhooked his handcuffs from his back and handcuffed him in the front. Okay, Ashton? What event during the initial interrogation led Oswald to lose control and violently slam his handcuffed hands on the table in front of him? Enter the room. Just make sure you say it's when FBI agent James Hosty entered the room. That's the answer I want. When FBI agent James Hosty entered the room. Okay, Taylor Warner. What was the one very important question the FBI wanted to ask Oswald during Captain Fritz's initial interrogation? What did Hosty want to know? If he'd ever been to Mexico City. Very good. Very good. If he'd ever been to Mexico City. Why? Just in essence is because he wanted to see if he was tied up with that assassin, remember, that he met with? Okay. Carmen? What was the reason given by Oswald to Captain Fritz when asked why he left the school book depository after the assassination?
Didn't you say that they thought they were all just gonna get released after that?
Yeah, he thought they were all, there was no work to be done, he thought they were all gonna be released to go home. Allison, give me one of the 4 items Oswald had in his possession during his search just before he was taken out to lineup number 1. They searched him. What's one thing they found? There are actually 4. Give me one.
The bus transfer.
A bus transfer ticket? Give me another one. Emmy? Another thing that was found in his possession when they searched him for the first time other than a bus transfer ticket.
The ID.
Oh, they took that. Jacob?
$13.87.
$13.87. Emmy, give me another one. Well, get found. Alex, what's another thing?
He had his ring.
Marine Corps ring. And Aaron, what was the last thing he had?
He had 5 live rounds of 38 caliber.
Very good, that's the key. 5 live rounds of 38 caliber ammunition. That was what was found on his person just prior to lineup number 1. Sadria, who was the first eyewitness at Oswald's lineup number 1? Who was the eyewitness at lineup number 1? Ellen Markham, very good. Okay, we're digging deep here now. Jaylyn, who was Ruth Payne's neighbor that told police that her brother had taken Lee Harvey Oswald to work the morning of the assassination? Ruth Payne's neighbor, Lenny Mae Randall, very good. Nobody asked Buell yesterday about his sister. He would have gotten kind of choked up because she died of cancer last year and it was really tough on him. So it was okay if you would have, but anyway. Okay, Emery, what specifically did the neighbor notice as Oswald got into her brother's car the morning of the assassination?
She's on the ground package.
That was about 2 feet long. Very good. That's what I want. She noticed him put a brown package in the back of her brother's car, which was about 2 feet long. Emma, what was her brother's name? Buell Frazier, thank you. Okay. Callie, how did Marguerite Oswald secure a ride to Dallas Police Headquarters on November 22nd, 1963?
Well, she first heard the news that her son was taken into custody, and so she called her news place. in
Fort
the
Worth Star-Telegram.
And she talked to Bob Schaefer, and she asked if somebody from the news could come pick her up and take her to Dallas, and they were like, what? No. And then she said, well, that was my son, and then they had a story, so they took her.
They went and took her, yep. So she got a ride from Bob Schaefer from the Fort Worth Telegram News after telling
Fort
him,
Worth Star?
or Fort Worth Star,
Telegram or just Fort Worth?
Star Telegram. Just put, to make it easy, just put Bob Schaefer from Fort Worth Media, that'd make it easy, okay? And he gave her a ride after finding out that her son was the one in custody. Very good. Okay, Braden. Who was the eyewitness at Oswald's lineup number 3, and what was the end result of that lineup? First of all, who was the witness? Lineup number 3. And this one really disappointed Dallas police because this guy was the only eyewitness to the Oswald shooting of the president.
Oh, it was,
Howard Brennan, and what was the end result of that?
He didn't identify him because he was scared.
For his
Safety.
safety of his family.
Because he
Yeah,
thought it was a conspiracy.
right. So Howard Brennan was the man, and the end result was he didn't identify Oswald because he was afraid for the safety of his family.
You think you could identify him though?
I really think he could have. Yeah, I think he could have, but he would not do it because, I mean, he was like Bill Freeze going, my God, you know, how far does this thing go? Haley, give me one thing that Lee Harvey Oswald left at the Payne residence before he left the house the morning of the assassination.
He left his wedding ring and a cup on the dresser.
Very good. Give me another one, Mary.
He left $170.
Yep, $170 in cash. And Aaron, what was the last thing he left?
He wrote a note for Marina and asked her to get a new pair of shoes for his daughter.
Very good. Very good. Awesome. Okay, Jaylyn. Late the evening of November 22nd, 1963, Captain Fritz still had no solid evidence to tie Oswald to the rifle used in the assassination. What gamble did Captain Fritz take at 11:26 p.m. that night, even though he didn't have the evidence?
They charged Lee Harvey Oswald with murder.
Yep, they charged Lee Harvey Oswald with the murder of President Kennedy, even though he didn't have the evidence he needed. Very good. Emily, who actually informed Lee Harvey Oswald that he had been officially charged with the murder of President Kennedy?
Was someone from the media.
Yeah, someone from the media. Very good. Someone from the media. Someone from the media. Very nice. Emmy, what huge break did Captain Fritz receive the morning of November 23rd, 1963? What was the first break? He actually got 2, but what was the first big break he got? Because what's he trying to do? Tie the rifle to Oswald. What's the first big break he got? Very good. The order form showing Oswald ordered the rifle from Klein's Sporting Goods. That was the first big break he got, was the order form Oswald used to order the rifle from Klein's Sporting Goods. Very good. Now, at this time when this was going on, Jewel, back at the Payne residence on November 23rd, 1963, what was Marina doing that morning?
She was looking at pictures.
And what did she find?
She found pictures of Lee with the rifle.
And the pistol. And what'd she do with them?
She hid him in his book.
Very good. Okay? We're going to tell you a story about that too later. About that, how they found those. They actually found those ones that they already had some, remember? But they eventually will find those in a book. And guess who finds them? Ruth Payne. But she's going through Marina's stuff after this thing goes. Okay? Interesting story. Okay, Alex, at 1:10 p.m. on November 23rd, when Marina went to police headquarters to visit with her husband, what was she actually hoping to leave with? What was she hoping to leave with? This is kind of a tough one, so think of it. That's why I picked you. What was she hoping to leave with when she went to see him? Take a shot, because I know you're thinking about it. That's right. She was hoping for an assurance that he did not shoot the president. Did she get one? No, because he was acting too calm, right? She said he would have been screaming and yelling and hollering if he was accused of something he didn't do. So the answer to the question is she was looking for some assurance that her husband did not kill the president. Very good. Hannah Johnson, I think I forgot you in this mess. I know I forgot somebody here. So we might go back to back. What eventually did she leave police headquarters with? And I kind of answered it. She was hoping to leave with the assurance that her husband did not shoot the president. What did she actually leave with? The thought that he did do it. The thought that she wasn't sure, I guess, that he didn't do it. Okay? So either way. Okay, I'm back to you, Hannah. Who was the eyewitness present at the fourth lineup of Oswald, and what was the comment of this witness after the lineup? Final lineup. Who was the witness, and what was his comment afterwards? It's okay if you say it too. See if you wrote it down.
I'll say it.
Oh,
Go ahead. Tell me, who was our witness?
William Scoggins.
William Scoggins. And what was his comment when he left because of Oswald's demeanor? What did he say?
I don't know, I didn't write it down.
Wait,
Didn't he say he can bitch all he wants, but
he can bitch and moan all he wants, but that's the guy I saw. Something to that effect. Doesn't have to be a direct quote. He can bitch all he wants, but that's the guy I saw. Callie, at 4:30 p.m. on November 23rd, 1963, who did Oswald make a telephone call to?
He made a phone call to John Apt.
John Apt. He wasn't there, but he made the phone call to an attorney, John Apt. Okay, Levi, when Oswald was shown the photograph taken by Marina of him holding the rifle that was used in the assassination of President Kennedy, he finally admitted the face in the photo was his, but he added the quote, what?
That's my face, but not me.
That's my face, but that's not me. That's my face, but that's not me. Carmen, give me one reason for moving Lee Harvey Oswald from the city jail in downtown Dallas to the county jail in Daly Plaza. One reason they moved him. There's three, and I just want you to give me one.
It was normal procedure after the charge and paperwork.
Very good. Normal procedure to move him after they've been charged. Okay? Brianna, give me another reason why they moved him.
Dallas police retired from the media.
Dallas police retired the media. And Haley, give me the third reason why they moved him.
Thought Oswald would be safer.
Thought Oz will be safer. Very good. Perfect. Those are the three. Perfect. Hannah Vigil, my dear, why did Police Chief Jesse Curie make the decision to move Oswald the morning of November 24th, 1963, instead of the middle of the night of the 23rd, which was suggested to him by his police officers?
He was under pressure.
And he promised, what? The media could watch the transfer. So he was under pressure from the media and had promised the media they could watch the transfer. That's exactly right. Ashton, my dear, why was the decision made to transfer Oswald in Captain Fritz's private car to the Dallas County Jail?
Because they didn't get the armored car down the line.
Right, the armored car would not fit down the ramp to the basement. Okay, the armored car would not get down the ramp to the basement. Wait,
Yeah. Ready.
you ready for this one?
Sure.
Here we go. Who took the Pulitzer Prize winning photograph of Jack
Bob
Ruby
Jackson.
shooting Bob Jackson? There you go. Bob Jackson took the Pulitzer Prize winning photograph of Jack Ruby shooting Lee Harvey Oswald. Emma, who was the first doctor to see Lee Harvey Oswald when he arrived at Parkland Hospital? Who was the first doctor to see him? Robert McClellan. And Jake, what was his comment?
Can you spell McClellan, or do I have it?
You should have it somewhere. What was his comment?
He said he was as white as paper.
He was as white as paper. He said Oswald was as white as paper. Okay, Alex, I'll give you this one. What final step did Dr. Malcolm Perry try to take to save Lee Harvey Oswald's life at Parkland Hospital?
Cardiac massage.
Open heart cardiac massage, yeah. Open heart cardiac massage. Taylor Fulfer, I think I missed you all over this thing. After Oswald's death, what actions did Detective Jim Lavelle take right after his death? right after Oswald was pronounced dead, what actions did Detective Jim Lavelle take?
I don't know what that
He
is.
needed something bad, it didn't yet exit the body.
Oh, he needed the bullet.
So what did he do?
He had one of the nurses,
Surgeons.
a surgeon, cut it out, and then he had the nurse cover it.
Very good. What he did is he had the surgeon remove the bullet, which was lodged in Oswald's back, and had one of the nurses next to him initial it. Taylor, I'm going to you again.
What?
And Braden, you be ready. And Aubrey, you be ready. Give me one thing, Taylor, that Jack Ruby one thing he left his apartment with at 10:58 a.m. on November 24th, 1963.
His dog.
His dog Sheba. Okay, Braden, what else did he leave
Wait,
with that
that's another
one?
dog's name?
Sheba. That's why it's on the ID sheet.
He had his gun,
He had, well,
38 caliber.
he had his .38 caliber pistol. And what else did he have, Aubrey?
A bank deposit for over $2,000.
Very,
cash.
very good. A bank deposit of $2,000 in cash. So he left with his dog Sheba. Important, you got her on the ID sheet, you gotta know her. It's important.
What happened to his dog?
Yeah, where did he put his dog? Yeah,
His dog ended up being gathered up and given to relatives.
Dog's
Okay, his dog Sheba, what else? His .38 caliber revolver and $2,000 in bank deposits from the night before. Okay. Taylor Warner, who was the Secret Service agent in charge of the Oswald family from the time Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested for the murder of President Kennedy until his burial? Mike Howard, very good. Now, here's a short essay question you're gonna have to come up with, and I'm not really gonna